Good morning, Vancouver. Thank you so much for watching from the West Coast or wherever you're watching from this morning. All right, this is interesting. These past few years have opened up our eyes and got many of us rethinking our lives and starting with our careers, perhaps. There's the great resignation we keep reading about. If you're considering switching fields, but you're afraid to take that next step, mental performance coach Ayanna Sealey is here with amazing tips. Good morning, Ayanna. How are you?
Good morning, Dina. Thank you so much for having me.
Okay, you say now's the time. Oh my gosh, it's so scary though. There's a little voice in your head that says, but I have a perfectly good, paying job. And your family saying, but you have a perfectly good paying job. Why is now the time to switch careers?
Well, Dina, we've had this confluence of events happen. We've been in the pandemic. People have lost jobs. All kinds of things have happened. And people have been put in the position where they've had to make different decisions for their lives. And so you find that people who were in positions where they were kind of feeling mediocre or not feeling fulfilled have been making switches. So I say, why not now? What are we waiting for? Are we waiting for the perfectly aligned moment where everything falls into place? If something's been put on your heart, then I say go for it. Start the conversation, at least start to imagine what it could feel like and look like to switch paths and switch careers.
Speaking of that, you mentioned a vision board. So how is that helpful?
Mm-hmm. So having a vision board really, it's the visual part of the dreaming, right? So it's priming your brain. The more that we see things, the brain is primed to start to take action, to put stuff into action. You write down your goals, you put up pictures, you put up where you want to be in the next year, 5 years, and you will find that things start to evolve because you've primed your mind and your brain to start thinking in terms of that. Things start to align, you start to meet people, you start to have conversations, and situations start to line up where it points you in the direction of your goals. It really is helpful to see where you want to be.
I also love, Ayanna, that you say, how do you silence that self-doubt, that little voice that says you can't, you shouldn't, you won't. And you say you need to be your own personal coach. So what sort of inner dialogue should we be telling ourselves?
Absolutely, Dina. I mean, we have all had this happen, where we doubt ourselves, where we hear a replay of some messaging that we've had told to us by, who knows, a teacher, a parent, someone in our lives. And so we have to actively be able to counteract that. We've got to be able to fact check and say, is this actually what it is? Is this actually what's happening? Am I actually bad at this, or am I scared? Am I afraid to push forward? And am I being prevented from going forward with my dreams? So be your own self-advocate, be your own coach, and just get rid of the negative thoughts in your mind.
So hard to do, but so important. And lastly, you say you have to be careful when it comes to the time required to get to your goal and the finances, if it means you're heading back into some sort of educational program. So how do you lay that out?
So have honest conversations. I mean, if you're switching careers, it probably means that maybe you have a family, maybe you've got a spouse. You got to have honest conversations about this. You've got to be able to talk with your spouse and see what's possible for you. Some people may be able to jump in full throttle and pay tens of thousands of dollars for a great coach or for a new degree. That may not be your position, but I say chip away at it. Don't let the financial burden stop you. If you've got a dream, you really got to go for it. You really got to push forward. And if it means you do it bit by bit by bit, please don't stop dreaming and don't stop going for your dreams.
You're right, because our jobs is where we spend most of our waking hours. So you should try and strive for something that you love to do because it's so much of your life. How do you silence the critics, your family, your friends, your colleagues who are saying you should just stay where you are, it's safer?
You know what? You're always going to have people who are going to have opinions about where it is that you are going. I say the strongest voice has to be your conviction. And so continue to have the conversations. People are going to doubt you. It's happened, but you've got to hold firmly to what it is that you believe. Continue to have honest conversations and just say, this is what I know that I'm supposed to be doing. I know that you may not see the vision yet, but you will. We got to have compassion for our loved ones. We're switching in the middle of a trajectory that they thought was going in a particular direction. Mm-hmm. So we got to have compassion and say, it's okay. I get that you don't see it yet. I get that you don't understand, but please trust me. I know that I'm making the right decision. and I know that it's going to work out in the end.
You're amazing, Ayanna. Thank you so much. Find her on Instagram at Ayanna_Sealey, or check her out online, AyannaSealey.com, and the spelling is right there on the screen for you, so you make sure you get to the right spot. Thank you so much. That was very inspiring.
Thank you. Thank you.
Good to see you.